The ancient Sumerian civilization is widely regarded as one of the earliest and most significant civilizations in human history. It emerged in Mesopotamia, present-day Iraq, around 4000 BCE and lasted until around 2000 BCE. The Sumerians were known for their advancements in agriculture, writing, mathematics, and architecture, among other things. This paper will explore the rise and fall of the Sumerian civilization, examining their political, economic, social, and cultural achievements and challenges. Part 1. The Rise of the Sumerian Civilization. The Sumerian civilization emerged around 4000 BCE in Mesopotamia, which is often called the cradle of civilization. The region, located between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, was rich in fertile soil and abundant water sources. The Sumerians developed advanced agricultural techniques, including irrigation systems, which enabled them to cultivate crops in the otherwise dry and arid region. The abundance of food allowed for a growing population, which in turn led to the development of complex societies. The Sumerians were among the first to develop a system of writing, known as cuneiform. This system used wedge-shaped markings on clay tablets to record information, such as trade transactions, legal agreements, and religious texts. The development of writing was a significant achievement, as it enabled the Sumerians to keep records and pass down knowledge from generation to generation. The Sumerians also developed a complex system of government, which included city-states, each with its own ruler. The city-states were often in competition with one another, but they also cooperated in areas such as trade and defense. The Sumerians established a number of important cities, including Uruk, Ur, and Nippur, which became centers of trade and culture. Part 2. Achievements of the Sumerian Civilization. The Sumerians made significant achievements in many areas, including agriculture. The Sumerians developed advanced agricultural techniques, such as irrigation systems and the use of plows. They grew a variety of crops, including wheat, barley, and dates. Writing. The Sumerians developed a system of writing known as cuneiform. This system used wedge-shaped markings on clay tablets to record information, such as trade transactions, legal agreements, and religious texts. Mathematics. The Sumerians developed a number system based on the number 60, which is still used in modern times to measure time and angles. They also developed a system of weights and measures. Architecture. The Sumerians were known for their impressive architecture, including ziggurats, temple towers, and palaces. They also developed a system of canals and irrigation systems. Religion. The Sumerians had a complex system of religion, which included a pantheon of gods and goddesses. They built elaborate temples and practiced rituals such as animal sacrifice. Part 3. Challenges faced by the Sumerian civilization. Despite their many achievements, the Sumerian civilization faced a number of challenges, including environmental factors. The region in which the Sumerians lived was subject to flooding, drought, and other natural disasters, which could devastate crops and infrastructure. Invasions. The Sumerians were frequently invaded by neighboring tribes, such as the Akkadians and the Babylonians. These invasions often led to the destruction of cities and the displacement of populations. Internal conflicts. The city-states that made up the Sumerian civilization were often in competition with one another, which could lead to conflicts and wars. Decline of the Sumerian civilization. The Sumerian civilization began to decline around 2000 BCE, and by 1700 BCE, it had been replaced by the Babylonian civilization. The decline of the Sumerian civilization was a gradual process that occurred over several centuries. Some scholars believe that environmental factors, such as drought and soil erosion, played a role in the decline. Others point to political instability, including internal conflicts between city-states and invasions by neighboring tribes. One major factor in the decline of the Sumerian civilization was the rise of the Akkadian Empire in the 24th century BCE. The Akkadians, led by their king Sargon, conquered many of the Sumerian city-states and established an empire that spanned much of Mesopotamia. Although the Akkadians adopted many aspects of Sumerian culture, they also introduced their own customs and traditions. The rise of the Akkadian Empire marked the beginning of a new era in Mesopotamian history and signaled the decline of Sumerian dominance. Another factor in the decline of the Sumerian civilization was the growing power of the Babylonian city-state. In the early 2nd millennium BCE, the Babylonians began to emerge as a major political and cultural force in Mesopotamia. Under the leadership of Hammurabi, they established an empire that rivaled the power and influence of the Sumerians. Hammurabi is best known for his code of laws, which codified many aspects of Babylonian culture and society. Over time, the Babylonians were able to absorb many of the cultural and technological achievements of the Sumerians, while also developing their own unique traditions. The Babylonian Empire eventually surpassed the Sumerians in power and influence, and by 1700 BCE, the Sumerian civilization had been replaced by the Babylonian civilization. The Sumerian civilization was a remarkable achievement in human history, representing one of the earliest and most significant advances in human civilization. The Sumerians were pioneers in many areas, including agriculture, writing, mathematics, and architecture. They developed a complex system of government and established a number of important cities that became centers of trade and culture. Despite their many achievements, the Sumerian civilization faced a number of challenges, including environmental factors, invasions by neighboring tribes, and internal conflicts. These challenges, combined with the rise of competing empires such as the Akkadians and the Babylonians, ultimately led to the decline of the Sumerian civilization. Although the Sumerian civilization may have faded into history, its legacy lives on. Many of the cultural and technological achievements of the Sumerians have had a lasting impact on human civilization, influencing everything from the development of writing to the design of modern irrigation systems. As such, the Sumerian civilization remains an important part of human history and a testament to the remarkable achievements of our ancestors.